Good morning, how are we? And happy Monday or whatever time of the week, day of the week it is with you. This week, I'm going to take you through the teachings of Dolores Cannon, who was a past life regression teacher and a hypnotherapist back in the 60s and 70s. She was at the top of her field and she literally had some of the most amazing ideas for that time. She talked about 3D, 4D, and 5D consciousness, which is something that the world is only just now really waking up to. So she was massively ahead of her time. So if that sounds like something you want to learn a little bit more about, then stick with me. So if you're new here, hello, I'm Jane. How are you? It's lovely to see you. If you've been before, hi, welcome back. I am a mindfulness teacher. I talk about all things spiritual, mindfulness, change your beliefs to change your life, right? And that is entirely what this week's video is about. So I'm going to take myself off the screen. What I have got for you, I want you to focus on the words that I say. I don't want you to be focusing on me and my background and all the things that could be going on around me. I literally just want you to focus on the words that I speak. And there will be an exercise at the end that I would love you to carry out, 2 or 3 times a day. It literally takes 5 minutes. And if you do it as I explain it to you, it can change literally everything. So I'm going to take my ugly mug away from what you see right now. Just listen to what I say, listen to my words, and just let it sink in to your consciousness. In this video, I want to give you a technique that was perfected by Dolores Cannon. Dolores Cannon was recognized as a pioneer in the field of past life regression. She was trained as a hypnotist, but she specialized in the recovery and cataloging of what she called lost knowledge. Her roots in hypnosis went back to the 60s, and she specialized in past life therapy all through the 60s and 70s. So in this video, I'm going to replay for you some of her teachings about fifth dimensional energy and the habits that if you start practicing them, they will allow you to let go of lower vibrational states and things that are holding you back. So firstly, what exactly is the fifth, the fourth, and the third dimensions? So most of us live at some point in our lives in a third dimensional level of consciousness. And then we transpire up to the fourth dimensional level of consciousness, and then finally bringing ourselves into the fifth dimension, depending on our energy state and how we relate to the world. So Dolores said that when we come here, we pass through what is known as a veil of forgetfulness. We become socially conditioned as we grow up. And when we remember that we're an immortal spiritual being having a temporary human experience, that is when things will start to change in our lives. That's when we realize that reality is whatever we make it. Reality is a near blank state in which we see reflected back to us that which we are the vibration of. So when we realize this, we are like, okay, well, how am I going to change my thoughts? How am I going to change my emotions? How am I going to change my focus? Because when you change your life, you change your thoughts, you change your beliefs, that creates your reality. So it's all about understanding that first and foremost. I'm attempting to demonstrate to you that you are a spiritual being. You are from higher dimensional states of consciousness. You are multi-dimensional in nature. That means that you are alive right now on this earth, but you are also alive on different planes in different levels of consciousness. Awakening to this multi-dimensional aspect of yourself that is not limited by your 5 senses. On the earth today, there is a shift in consciousness taking place from 3D to 5D. more and more people are waking up. We live on this earth plane to learn about duality. It's difficult because there's a lot of pain in the world, but there's also a lot of pleasure. And duality refers to the opposites, good and bad, light and dark, up and down. But when we get caught up in duality, we identify with our ego. We are in our heads. And with this duality comes the rocky road where things happen and you're like, this is good, this is bad. Nothing is neutral. And so why did we create this polarization of energy? When you look in society, you notice a lot of 3D stuff going on, such as war. War is definitely a 3D concept. And when we discuss the fourth dimension, we can compare that to the dream state. I've said it before that the more you realize that your life is a dream, the more dreamlike it will become. Solidity is everything in 3D because that's how things are. Whereas in the fourth dimension, it's more about understanding that life is a dream, and that is extremely powerful. There's an understanding of the connection, but there may still be manipulative people who are caught in the 3D, people who are both good and bad. And then we can talk about the 5D consciousness, where it's more about us connecting to our hearts, connecting to love, connecting to integration, and connecting into the awareness that everything on the outside is a reflection of what's on the inside. Fifth dimensional habits are all about understanding this connection that take us out of duality and into our hearts. So instead of creating our life from duality, we create our lives from our heart space. If we create from duality, we will frequently create this rockiness of, well, I really, really want this. And if I don't have it, we get those 3D feelings of shame and fear and guilt and anger. And then the more you come to understand this, the more you move into the fourth dimension, the neutrality. Neutrality is a powerful space because it allows us to transform ourselves and gives us the ability to progress to higher states of willingness and reasoning. Reasoning within a natural state allows us to recognize that our beliefs can create our reality, and from that place we can begin to change. And then fifth dimensional energy is found in love. Love is the realization that we are all connected, and that when we forgive and follow our hearts, that ultimately brings us to peace. When we're in the fifth dimensional energy, we're not concerned with getting somewhere or having something, because we're just being. The scales begin to change. Your consciousness begins to change because you begin to see things, your life, everything in a different light. And from this place, we don't have to label. We don't have to take a vibrational inventory of where we are and where we want to go. We just are. We simply just be. And when it comes to manifestation, the 3D way of manifesting is I want this thing, I'm going to do this thing, and I'll desire this thing, and I'll eventually get there. That can work. But a more fourth dimensional approach would be about your beliefs. What are my beliefs? How do my beliefs create my reality? And if I change my beliefs, then I get to see a new reflection of myself in my outer world. It's the mirror. And a fifth dimensional state of consciousness is about focusing on being you. You are saying yes to the present moment, and you're connecting to your heart. And so if you need a fifth dimensional habit right now, this I'm about to teach you is one of the simplest, but also the most potent. Close your eyes and simply place your hands over your heart. Feel the sensations inside your heart right now. And as you feel the sensation inside your heart, put more awareness there. Put all of your awareness into your heart. And feel the energy around your body increase. And pull that energy into your heart space. Feel the love energy now all around you. Pull more and more and more of that loving energy into your heart space and feel it there. Put all of your awareness on that love. If you do this simple exercise for 5 minutes a day, you will begin to see your life change, because you begin to take your awareness out of your head, out of the 3D duality of good and bad and light and dark, and put all of the love into your heart, which becomes your singular point of focus. And I'd recommend doing this heart exercise 2 or 3 times a day. Put your awareness into your heart and then just go about your day as normal. When you do this, you will understand more and more and more that you are a multi-dimensional being, a higher consciousness, unconditional love. That is who you truly are. And the more you allow yourself to be that, the more you will feel that emotion, and the more you will resist the labels and the expectations and the rules that you presently have around your life. What I do is focus on being what I want to be right now. Allow the moment to still have the idea of the goal, but give myself permission to feel what it would feel like to have that right now. Instead of saying, when this happens, I'll feel this way. Feel it now. Go to the end first. Be there. Live there now. Change your thoughts. Change your beliefs. Change your life.